All right, St. Louis, we're going to go to school one more time today, St. Louis. I'm going to try to go as deep as I possibly can. Not at all to discourage you, but to let you know that we all have to travel out into the deep. The Bible says, cast your net out into the deep. In other words, what that's insinuating is that we have been on shallow ground for too long. It's important for us to get to a level of understanding that takes a mind of depthness to understand. We must begin to understand that it's not about material wealth. It's not about money. It's about the truth. And the reason being, St. Louis, without the truth, all those things that you're storing up will turn into rust. They will not be profitable as time go on because you're losing yourself. And once you find yourself, you will subsequently understand the importance of things are meaningless. I want to give you a comparison to what I'm trying to get you to understand. I want you to think about a child and how children like baby dolls and like bikes and like toys and ice cream, cookies, etc. Those kids don't realize that those things are important or not important until they reach a higher level of intelligence to be able to process the information around them that will allow them to understand there's more to life than what they thought. Not only that, they don't realize that those things are actually destroying their mind. In other words, those things are not good for them. Vegetables is what they need, but they don't know they need vegetables because they want the candy. They want the ice cream, cookies, and cake. It's no different than the adults. The adults want sex, lust. And in all honesty, the adults think those things are what they need. But what they need is a strong mind. No different than the serial killer or the serial rapist. It's not that they want to rape, it's the mind that's encoding the information that makes them do what they're doing. In other words, they've become a host. No different than the child has become a host. And the reason we must come to realize that we must go deeper, because nothing will last. Everything is temporary until you strengthen in mind. In other words, most physicists talk about 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. The question is, do you understand exactly what that means? We're literally talking about going up and down, back and forth, right and left, and also time, but yet we're looking at our inability to reach the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th dimension. Many of you don't realize that everything is actually encoded. Everything is literally wrapped up in one bundle. And it's right in front of you, but you can't see it because you have not the mind to be able to warp space and time. No different than the Large Hadron Collider or the laser interferometer gravitational observatory in which they're using to see if they can actually create a ripple in space and time. We have the ability to reach a level of intelligence in which we've not reached before. Many of you think of Einstein, Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Aristotle, Galileo, Plato. You think those individuals were intellectually astute, but yet you fail to realize they have not yet finished the course. The question is, what course is there to finish? The course is that we must complete and go all the way to what can be created. And as a result of reaching that level of cognition, we would literally be able to bring forth the unified field of everything in which they're trying to find. Einstein's been trying to find it. In other words, E equals MC squared. Maxwell's been trying to find it. You even got Paulie. However, they're unable to find it. And the reason they're unable to find it because they have not the level of intelligence to know that they need to keep going. The Bible said they left Jerusalem too soon. They left too soon. Jerusalem is not a place as we perceive Jerusalem to be a place. Jerusalem is a sound. Unfortunately, we turn to Bible into fables and stories and sear the consciousness of humanity. I'm not warning you, I'm telling you. It's imperative that we go deeper than we have traveled. And when we go deeper, we wouldn't have 1 in 6 adults suffering from mental illness. And the reason being is we would literally change the sound of the world. And once we change that sound, we'll understand that the things that we were taught and believed that were true was only an illusion. It's a false perception of reality. And you're not going to know that it's a false perception of reality until you have the ability to break free from that reality. That reality is so deep in orders of magnitude that you don't know it's there. And as a result of not knowing it's there, you're constantly losing strength. You're losing strength daily and not realizing that you're dying. And you think it's normal. And as a result of you thinking it's normal, we formulated false doctrine, false religion. And as a result, we had to make sense of what we needed to help us to break free from what we never knew was killing us. I'm wanting to say the only thing you need to understand is that you are Alpha and Omega. You are the beginning and the end. You are that bright and morning star. And there's no one outside you but you becoming who you are predestined to become. And until you become, you're not going to know who you're capable of becoming. The time is not tomorrow. The time is now. It's our responsibility, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, to stop following those that didn't know the truth and seek after the truth and make that a priority. Because there's nothing more important than finding the truth. And trust me, St. Louis, that truth will undoubtedly set you free. Until next time, shout out to my grandbaby Noah. Granddaddy, love your son. Continue to grind and shine, and that you are. Shout out to Catherine as well as Winton. Shout out to my daughter Zion and my grandbaby that will be here sometime in October. Shout out to Walter, my oldest son, Danielle, as well as Gabe. Shout out to you and your family. I want you all to remember, I'm not going anywhere. I'm only getting stronger. And to God be the glory. God bless.